What up, my friends? It's January 24th, 2012. It's evening time. I just got back from a visitation from one of my best friends' father who passed away. I'm making this video though, I'm sort of fueled off that because his father went through a lot of different things in our medical system that I don't necessarily agree with, because it seems over and over and over the result is always the same, which is where I just come from, that kind of result. But it seems today in our world, we got a lot of doctors, as they're called. I think they're falsely called that, but that's my opinion. You know, they run test after test after test. They try drug after drug after drug. They throw everything on the fire, and the fire just keeps getting worse and sizzling. And I know they got to see that. I know the doctors got to see that. I mean, the people see that. I just have a high school education, but I feel like I understand something. But it seems after it's person after person, these doctors bring them in, patient after patient, or are we just running them through a slaughterhouse? Or are we really treating them? The doctors really think when they're giving them all this stuff that it's really going to work? Do they have that faith? Do our doctors even have faith anymore? I mean, maybe that's one thing. They take the Hippocratic Oath after they went to school for 10 years and been indoctrinated, you know, with what they want them to teach as medicine. And I don't even think after they went to school 10 years and they take that Hippocratic Oath, they don't even know what they're taking. Now, not to say that every doctor's wrong, because I know a couple myself that are amazing ones. They put people back together when car wrecks and all kinds of, you know, gunshot wounds, different things like that. I mean, them people who do that, they're lifesavers. So don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the drug pushers, the ones who just pour fuel on the fire, you know, when people were sick. I really feel there's an answer. I feel there's a much better way. Here in America, in our hospitals, we don't look at some of the treatments. You know, in Europe, they use some essential oils for some certain conditions, or to at least help alleviate some of the symptoms. But here in America, it's just that's foreign. That's a foreign language. If you talk about essential oils, it's a foreign language to talk about getting some good, real food in people. You go to these hospitals and stuff, and you got people being shot up with all these drugs and stuff, and being served some of the worst food on the face of the earth. Now, I'm sorry. I mean, that's just, I can't agree with it. That's why I lose faith in our health system right there. And that's just the hospitals I've been in. You go in there in the room and you see all this food, you know, laid out that the patients never eat. The best thing I've always argued they get in the hospital is water that's hooked into them through an IV. They never eat the food. So what do they live off of while people's in the hospital? What's their substance? Well, I guess water and then the drugs. And yeah, I know a lot of people go to hospitals, they get flu, pneumonia and all this, and they got to pump all these drugs and do all this to get past it. I understand that, because they've gotten so far sick that you got to really throw all this junk on it. But it weakens your immune system later on down the road, and you know, people, they can get just a small little cold, a small little bug, and you know, and just take over their whole body very fastly. And that's why, me personally, I want to try to help inspire and teach people health and show them that, you know, you get real whole foods and use herbs and different things for your body that God said, hey, this is for you. This is what I want you, my children, who I made in the image of me. You know, that's what God said to us. He wants us to eat them things. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you can't eat meat and all this, and meat's causing all these diseases. Maybe the overconsumption of meat is. Certain meats have been allotted clean for mankind to eat. So it's not wrong to eat meat. But that don't necessarily mean because it ain't wrong to eat meat that it's healthy and it's all out buffet. In America, it seems people are eating 60–70% meat in their diet. And that's just not a good ratio. And you got people supporting the Atkins diet. That's just silliness. I mean, does it make sense you lose weight if you're on the Atkins diet? It makes perfect sense you lose weight. But what are you getting? I mean, what are you getting in your body? But I was making this video, I'm just throwing some thoughts out there towards just some friction that's going on in my head towards our medical system. And it's not one person, but how many doctors do they just sit there blind and think? I mean, why won't they stand up? Why won't they really support the cause? Or am I just missing it? I've been in a lot of hospitals. I've been in nursing homes. Nursing homes are rough. And of course, children's hospitals are rough. I've only been in about 3 of them. I got a good friend who's in one right now with leukemia. It's a very sad thing. But there is a better way. And the Bible teaches how we can have full, whole healing in our spirit, our soul, our body, our flesh. I mean, people don't think you can. I know we live in America and there's no cures to any disease, but that's not what the gospel is. The gospel is about healing. It's about love. It's about the power of touch. It's about all of that, doing good deeds. And then when you start doing all them things that Jesus taught, I mean, it will happen. It will come down. But our medical system, they don't treat people the way Jesus would. I mean, Jesus wasn't slaying and opening people up and pouring them full of sorceries. You know, he anointed them with oil, and so did his disciples. And they laid their hands on them, and they did what they had to do. They fed them good food. You know, Jesus fed 2 or 3 times. It talks, you know, he was feeding people. He fed them good food. You know, and that's what we need today. We need that today. We need people using essential oils from plants, all kinds of different herbs God gave us. He gave us a whole list load. And some of them aren't popular, but I mean, He has given us our toolbox, so we can build and do whatever we want. And He's given us everything we need. But they want you to believe that their way's the answer. You know, that drug commercial that's on TV, after that beer commercial, that was after that hamburger commercial, you know. Yeah, that they want you to believe that their cough medicine will take your cough away. They want you to believe that they're, you know, whatever. And maybe it will, but just at least think twice before you put all this stuff in your body. At least think, is there a better way? You know, have I tried a whole list of fruits and vegetables? Have I tried herbs? Have I tried different things like that? Or am I going to try these drugs that men made in a locked away room where they had to wear a full body suit and coverings and gloves and all this while they're making it because it's such dangerous chemicals? Me personally, I like what tastes good. I like when something's on my tongue and it tastes good. Fruits, vegetables, different things like that. Real food. Stuff you see, you know it come from somewhere. You look at a Cheeto, you don't really know where that come from. And that's just one example. You can look at tons of foods that people live off of, and you don't know where they come from. You don't know what it come from. Did it come from a fruit or a vegetable or what? I don't know. It's processed food. It's man-made. It's thought up. It's designed to get you addictive. That's why you eat the Cheeto, you eat another one, then you can't quit, and then pretty soon your whole hands are orange and everything. You can't even wash them off, and you got orange all up. I mean, that's designed that way. What do you think it does when it's in your inside? It's sticking and it ain't going nowhere. If you can't even get the stuff off your hands when you eat it. So I mean, and they'll serve bags of Cheetos at hospitals. That's maybe one reason I'm saying it. I've seen all that. We need to be green juicing them out at hospitals and giving them smoothies and stuff where, you know, it's easily digestible, something that tastes good. But no, I guess hospitals can't afford it, you know. They take a person in there and charge them $100,000 for 2 or 3 days stay, rip them open, do all this, but they can't afford to feed them some good fruits and vegetables. No, no. That would be, hold up, that would, if they did that, it would start contradicting all their, yeah, maybe you see why they don't do that. Just leaving a few words, y'all. I hope somebody can gain something from this. I'm sort of fired up right now. It's been an emotional day, but it feels good when your emotions, when it comes out, you can feel the release. It's like crying can be, I think it is detox. I think I don't know. I just wanted to make this video, spreading the word, what I believe. I believe in the Bible, and I believe it's what will get us to the next phase. But we have to follow it and be willing. We can't just follow it. We got to actually be willing and want to follow it. And not just say we are. We got to do the work. Thank you. Peace and love to everybody. Comments, anything. I enjoy talking to anybody. Appreciate it, y'all.